Hi, lady.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Well, I figured since Hank Will and Jr. is out, that maybe we have a shot at writing the new football theme song. Yeah?
Yeah, I forgot about that. So, what do you have so far?
Well, it's not really ready yet. So.
Oh, come on. Let me hear it.
Okay, fine. Hey there, fantasy football fans.
Welcome to week 6 of Hot Tub Sleeper Picks.
Well, another week is in the books, and if you're anything like us, you're probably staring at another batch of players that didn't do what you expected them to.
Yeah, already this is the ugliest season I have ever seen.
All right, enough excuses. Let's see how we did last week.
Great. Now I've got to hope I get Jackie Battle this week.
Hey, Casey looked like a good team with him behind Castle.
Yeah. I know, we blew a 17-point lead. We're sucking it.
Okay, well, it's time for this week's picks, and I'm going with Greg Little, wideout for the Cleveland Browns. With the Browns coming off their bye, it's been announced that Little is moving into the starting lineup in hope of improving their West Coast style offense. Now listen, Little is a beast after the catch, and with Shermer looking to get the ball into his hands, great things can happen. The rookie's first game in the spotlight comes against the Oakland defense, who are giving up over 420 yards per game. Oakland should handle the Browns easily with a ton of run DMC, so look for McCoy to find his team down and be forced to throw. I expect we'll see 100 yards and a touchdown from Little by the game's end.
Okay, before my pick, let's head over to this week's injury nurse, Kyla.
Thanks, Kristen. This week's injury report is about the San Diego Chargers running back situation. Against Denver last week, both Tolbert and Matthews got banged up. If you really think about it, there hasn't been a week where one of the two hasn't been featured on Nerve Turner's injury report. This is where Jacob Hester comes in. The third-year back out of LSU stepped in nicely this past week to the tune of 11 carries for 47 yards. Toss in the fact that he might be a better receiver out of the backfield than Matthews, and I'd say he's a great insurance pickup, especially for anyone owning a Bolts back. If you got room, getting Hester now may result in a solid starter very soon. Back to you girls in the hot tub.
Thanks, Kyla. Now my sleeper pick for week 6 is Andy Dalton, quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Before the season began, we all expected Dalton to be a lost little boy playing among men. Surprisingly, he stepped up and handled the pro game like a man, which is more than I can say for most boys from Cincinnati.
Beep beep.
With AJ Green looking every bit as good as advertised, I think it's time we pay a little more attention to the Red Rifle. This week, Dalton and his Cats face the Colts at home. The Colts D isn't the worst, but it is giving up just under 400 yards a game. And with the Bengal defense playing extremely well, I expect Dalton will be on the field a ton. With Cedric Benson's status up in the air, and even though we love Bernard Scott, I won't be surprised to see Marvin Lewis call on his young QB to attack through the air. 300 yards and a couple touchdowns wouldn't be surprising at all.
Are you still wearing your Colts jersey? Okay, let's head over to the bedroom for this week's Stardom and Sit 'em Slumber Party.
Thanks, Hillary, and welcome back to the Stardom Sit-'em Slumber Party.
All right, well, coming off of a great week, we just want to keep the good vibes rolling.
Yep, so before my must start, check out how we did week 5. All right, so this week, my must start is Ben Roethlisberger. It sure didn't take long for the Steelers offense to get going last week. The Pittsburgh QB tied a team and career high 5 touchdown passes while picking his spots against a solid Tennessee secondary. With a banged up running game and offensive line still coming together, I expect more of the same. Pittsburgh has a slew of young receivers, and Mike Tomlin is quickly realizing that to have any shot at the playoffs again, he's got to find a way to get them involved. Expect another big day from Big Ben, as he does just that. I really like Ahmad Bradshaw to have a huge week as well, just so you know.
All right, well, now to my guy who you need to sit this week, Brandon Marshall, wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. While the Dolphins are coming off of a bye week, they also have a new face behind center as Matt Moore takes over for Chad Henne, who is out for the year. Moore was never a stat stuffer in his Carolina days, and facing an angry Jets defense at home on Monday night doesn't bode well for his first start in a Dolphins jersey. For Marshall, couple that with the fact that he'll be on Revis Island all game, and that equals a very quiet game for the big-time receiver. Keep him on the bench for this one.
That hurts. I need him with injuries and a bye week.
Well, you can roll the dice, just unexpected numbers.
Okay. That said, it's time to jump back in the hot tub. Take it away, girls.
Thanks, Jackie. So my sleeper pick is Jonathan Stewart, running back for the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, this guy is hardly a sleeper going into the season, but the entire running game in Carolina has been stalled until this past week. And while this pick mostly is a hunch, and based on the idea of more balance coming to the Cam Newton-dominated offense, there's still some facts to salivate over. Atlanta has the 24th ranked D, but it's 8th against the run. You know, Steve Smith is getting double teamed, so I think Cam is going to connect with Big John on a bunch of passes. Honestly, I think Carolina wins and Stewart finishes with 30 yards on the ground and 80 or so from the pass, plus a touchdown.
That's bold.
Maybe, but it just makes sense to me.
Alright, well, that's our show this week, so remember to like this video. Just click that little thumbs up thingy so that we know you care.
And don't forget to leave a comment directly below this video. Each week, we pick the best and send you some Hot Tub Sleeper Pick swag in the mail.
Congrats to 3266 Dano.
And how much is the hot tub water worth to you?
Alright, well, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Thanks for sticking around. Look, it's time. Tim Tebow needs to be on your roster. Tebow has all the tools to be a fantasy football monster. His arm is strong enough and he might be the most dangerous rushing quarterback in the league. Yup, even more than Vic. Denver is a different team with him playing, and I think their fortune just took a turn for the better. Add Timmy and don't be afraid to start him week 7 against Miami. Fitting. The Tebow era will start in Florida.